I am now live. Hello, my lovelies. It is a glorious 111 today, January 11th, 2023, and this is Zap Chat number 3. And tonight, we are going to be talking about elemental energy, but I'm a little bit early, so I might just ramble on for like another 3 minutes because I'm a little bit early. But I was just eager to get to this topic because it. Oh, Kasai! Hi! Hello, darling! Thank you for coming. Um, I was just saying I'm actually kind of excited about this topic because I was having some issues today with my environmental and relational energies. um, but yeah, so I love how soothing your voice is. It relaxes me. Oh, thank you. That's such a nice compliment. I'm glad. I'm glad that my voice is soothing to you. It comes in handy when we do the meditations, right? As long as I don't start giggling uncontrollably during a meditation, I'm good to go. I actually giggled my way out of circle one time when I was in a Samhain ritual. It was kind of hilarious. Um, um, yeah, my friends tell me that if I was to be a superhero or a supervillain, that my name would be the Giggler because I giggle all the time. All the time. So we've got about another minute before the 7 o'clock mark. Did you have any questions or anything you wanted to say before I got started, Kasai? Yeah, the Giggler. I guess my attack would be a sonic attack. But yeah, did you have any questions or anything you wanted to bring up before I got started? Yay! Me too. I'm excited that you're here. Okay, well, I guess then I will get started. Obviously, you can hear me and you can see me, so that's good. Um, Hopefully, I didn't make any kind of weird noise when I touched the microphone. Bree! Yay! Hello, darling. Hello, my lovely. I'm so glad you're here too. I'm just getting started, and I was just telling Kasai that if I had my friends have told me that if I was to be a superhero or a supervillain, that my name would be the Giggler because I giggle all the time. Wait, hey, 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 everybody saying hey, yay. Um, Good. I'm glad I didn't make any kind of weird noise on my microphone. I love my microphone. It's beautiful. Um, okay, so let's just jump right in. Tonight's Zap Chat number 3 is on the elemental energy source. And in short, the elemental energy source is what you get from not only the things around you, your environment, like right now, my background's pretty cluttered and that is making me a little bit on edge, but I'm in the middle of putting things in boxes and trying to get rid of things. I'm doing a minimalist challenge and that's cute. Did I did you win that in the master? What master? Oh no. No, actually I got it when I was doing streaming on Twitch. And I just did research on like what's the best like middle end microphones that because I didn't want to spend like $1 million on it. Um, and this is a wonderful microphone. It's a Blue Yeti, and I think it was only $60, something like that. And it's just brilliant. It's got all kinds of wonderful ways that you can customize it and stuff. Yeah, yeah, it's a pretty nice one. It's great for when I want to start doing a podcast, even, which I was totally thinking about that today with you two, both you and Bree, I was like, oh my God, we could do the best podcast ever. But anyway, we'll talk about that another time. Okay, so back on track. See, I'm a little bit scattered because of my environment right now. So what better time to talk about our environment than when I'm actually being annoyed by it? So awesome. Yes, we should. And yeah, you're down. So, one of the basic principles, energetic principles, is as within, so without, as without, so within. So our environment is a representation of our inner world and our inner landscape, so to speak. So when it's chaotic, it tends to affect our energy in a chaotic way. But first, let me back up. So what is elemental energy source? It's our personal environment and our inner landscape, which I kind of just said. See, I'm a little bit chaotic. But it basically encompasses the realm of the senses. So all of the taste, touch, feel, see, hear, and sense. So it's not just the physical senses, but it's also our extrasensory senses. Because of course that influences our environment. And so like I was saying, I'm in the middle of doing a minimalist challenge. And what that, do you guys know what minimalism is about, basically? I think there's a delay on the chat if you're chatting. I'm sorry. Okay. So, okay, awesome. Then you know that it's about basically removing anything which isn't serving you in any profound way. And I've been living in this one space for quite some time, and I've accumulated stuff. And I'm not usually a stuff person. When I, have lived on my own, I usually would, like, every 6 months at the latest, I would have to like move the furniture, and I would go through stuff, and I'm like, oh, I haven't used you in 6 months. Bam, throw it out, right? I was always like naturally a minimalist kind of person. But for some reason, after my divorce, I got into this kind of like, not really hoarding, but just a really like, I hold on to things a lot longer than I used to. And so, having healed a lot of that stuff around my divorce, I'm like, oh, I'll get rid of this stuff. I don't need this stuff no more. And I mean, that includes like clothes that my daughter doesn't fit into anymore, clothes that I don't fit into anymore because I've, outshrunk them and all that kind of stuff. So why I wanted to bring up elemental right now is because I'm going through it, and the process of cleaning up your energetic space can happen on 2 levels. Okay, we can do the minimalist challenge where we're going to get rid of a bunch of stuff. I mean, I'm even talking about donating books to the library, and girl, if I'm a hoarder, it's books. I'm like, if I hoard anything, it's books. I've got like 6 boxes of books that are still in the attic of my ex's parents' house in Norway, and I don't know how I'm gonna get them because they're expensive as hell to ship, but we'll deal with that sometime. Okay, so one way to deal with it is what I'm going to be doing with you guys later, which is going to be a energetic alignment, using the 5 elements. And of course, the physical manifestation. If you're having a hard time like cleaning up your physical space, sometimes we have to start inward first because of that whole as within, so without, as without, so within dynamic. And so I was having a problem letting this stuff go, and I felt blockages, and I wish that we lived in the same state because I would take those books. I am a bookworm. Well, maybe I can ship them to you or something. I don't know. I don't know if you, I don't know. Some of them I'm getting rid of. I don't know. They're kind of like just whatever. But I'll let you know the ones I'm going to get rid of. And if you really want them, I'll ship them. um, so, yeah. So the two ways that I know, and I'm sure there's like lots and lots of different ways, but the two ways that I know, because I like to simplify and I don't have, like to have too many options in dealing with things because I have kind of an ADHD brain. And if I get too many options, I tend to like freeze up and get overwhelmed. So I give myself these two options: clean within or clean without. Do one first, do one after, do them at the same time, whatever it takes. So, um, so I'll just ask you guys, what has your experience been? Um, yeah, it would be cool. What has your experience been in different environments? And have you noticed the the difference in how you even think when you're in different environments? Like, I don't know if you have examples or you can even see my cat treats in the back. It's a process, man. Well, if you think of something, type it in and I'll catch it. But so my goal in this oh yes, when I have some house clean, much more upbeat and happy. Yes, right. That's like that's my experience too. Some environments I can't think because it causes me anxiety. Right, like right now, my environment causes me a lot of anxiety. Like, you know, because I'm pulling all this stuff out, and some of that has to do with it's an energetic cleansing, right? So when you are cleaning up, like okay, let me just, oh, I even saged and everything, and I'm still a little bit like wonka donka. I'm gonna do some more sage while we're doing this. um but um so okay, as I've been going through this process of um reducing back down to a minimalist kind of environment, I have noticed that certain memories come to fore. And it's not just because I'm looking at stuff from the past, it's just like I'll clean up one section of the room, and that section has been housing an energy, right? Whether it's a trauma that I put there, because you can do that, you know, like you're like, oh yeah, I'm not dealing with this right now. I'm going to put it in my clutter right here, right? Whether it's a clutter of books, a clutter of papers, a clutter of knickknacks, whatever it is. And then when you go to clean that area, that trauma or that memory or whatever it is that you stored there is right there in your face, right? So, what I have been experiencing is quite a bit of that. There's been resistance to some of this because I know this process is healing. Um, I have some, you know, resentments from past relationships. I have resentments from current things happening in my life. And these are all things that doing the physical cleansing is opening up space so that I can release it. Because right now it's trapped in that space. And as I clean out that physical space in my environment, especially when it's your bedroom, right? Um, it releases that experience to you. And it's kind of, you know, it's hard sometimes, but it's also like, oh, thank God, now I can process this and just let it go. And so I have a personal like ritual of as I'm cleaning up my space, as energies, feelings, whatever is coming up, even if I don't have any trash in my hand, energetically, I will put those feelings or whatever it is that comes up in my hand and I'll throw it in the trash can. And I envision like either like the okay, so I have all these visualizations because shamanic practice, like if you're doing an extraction of a negative entity or something like that from somebody, or any kind of negative energy, whatever, you don't want to just release it into the air. You give it to the elements, right? Which is kind of ties into what all this is about too. But you want to like pull it out and throw it into a fire, or pull it out and throw it into some water. You know what I mean? Or throw it out and release it to the air spirits, not just to the winds, but to the air spirits, because they know what to do with it. Does that make sense to you guys? Or do I need to backpedal a little bit? Um, while I'm waiting for, I never know if there's like a delay or what, but but that's live for you. So as I'm okay, you get it. God, awesome. So as I'm doing this energetic cleanup, I start to feel, you've never heard of this, but it makes great sense. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Yeah, it's like you hear things anew and you're like, that resonates. That's, awesome. Yeah, I'm getting that. Definitely delayed. Yeah, I have that too low FPS thing and I don't know what to do about it, but I'm sorry for the delay. Um, so so that's my practice. So when I'm doing this minimalist stuff, I am releasing a lot of stuff that has been trapped. And the good thing about that is, even though it hasn't been trapped like within my immediate person space, right? That energetic tie to that thing, which feeds off of you, if we want to be honest, it's like a parasite, right? This energy takes energy from you. And when you're dealing with cleaning it out, it's, I don't want to sound too dramatic, but it's kind of like sometimes these energies fight back. And they're like, no, 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 you're not throwing me away. And so there's a little bit of a moment when you either have to decide, okay, we're going to do this the nice way, or we're going to do a cord cutting ceremony and, you'll be severed, and all that kind of stuff. Which is a topic that Angela and Mike Cole, sorry if I said Mike, I believe are going to be, or at least Angela is going to be covering in a couple of days. I don't want to ramble. Okay, so I'm getting rid of this energy, but I also recognize that in the process of holding on to those energies that have been trapped in my energetic field, my energies and my chakras have become unbalanced. And so there's so much more to this topic than just the simple environment. I highly recommend cord cuttings because I haven't done one in a while, but I think I really should, considering all this energy clearing that I'm doing right now. I think I'm going to have to do it anyways. Did I just say anyways? Anyway. And yeah, if you want to do a cord cutting ceremony together, or just personally, that's fine. But I'm just saying sometimes it's really powerful to do it in a group setting because all your intentions are set. But again, sometimes it's better to do it on your own because you're dealing with your own personal energies. But whatever, we can talk about that later too. So yeah, there is a lot to this elemental energy source. it has everything to do with not just the stuff in your space, but the people in your space, which is where a lot of the sensory stuff. Bree says, "Oh yes, together, yeah, that would be it'd be fun. I mean, fun. I mean, yeah, it would be fun, and it would be empowering. I think to do it as a group. You've done it before, and you've done it for a couple of people as part of your business. Very nice, very nice. Um, so yeah, so we're dealing with in elemental energy, we're dealing with your personal space. We're dealing with the people in your personal space, whether that be in your home, at work. We're talking about the animals. We're talking about the people that we encounter at the coffee shop. We're talking about people that we encounter just, anywhere, at the library, wherever. So we have to protect our energies and learn to shield, especially people that are sensitive, or whether you want to call them empaths or highly sensitive or indigo children, whatever you want to call them. Um, Absolutely, yes. I did it the other day for the first time. Not sure if I did it right though. There is no wrong way. Um, there is no wrong way to do a cord cutting. Um, so much of it is visualization, but even more important is the true will to let go. Because we can do cord cutting all day long, but if we're truly not willing to let go, then that connection is just going to reconnect. And it's not that it doesn't help, because think of it like this, like when we are, like, say we're connected to, okay, our spouse or our family members, right? When we first start building that connection, yeah, you have to be ready. When we first start building that connection, you can picture that thread as literally as small as a thread, like this tiny little thing, right? And as we build our bonds with those people, it starts growing and growing and growing until you've got this massive rope in some cases, if you're really, really connected to somebody. And you can get a feel for how big that rope is and the energy exchange going back and forth within that as you practice the you know utilizing your energetic sight. So if we have a really strong bond with somebody but it's time to cut loose, right? it it's kind of beautiful in a way, because you can take it and you can slice through it, and you can have the intention that only that which is of the highest benefit to you both will reform. Everything else is cut away. And if you have that as your intention, then even if the bond is reformed, you're reforming it only in a way that will have a healthy energetic transfer between you two, ideally, right? Um, Otherwise, if you are just zapping it and then go about your day, but subconsciously you're still needing that bond with whoever it is, then the bond will just kind of go, it's still here. It may not be as thick as it was before, but it can quickly regrow to, a big thing. So, um, it's generally a pretty simple process, but there are those little things to think about. Intention is everything, as always. So, um, that's pretty much all I had for the talking bit, except I do want to go over some of the different, the elemental characters. Did you guys have any questions or anything you wanted to add about what I've said so far? And I'll wait for the delay. Cutely. Boop, 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 boop. Get some water. Okay. I'm going to assume there's nothing. So, the next bit, and nope, good stuff. Yay. Okay, so I'm already at 25 minutes, but I kind of figured I was going to go over the half hour this time because there was a little bit to cover. Real quickly, I wrote it all down so I don't forget any aspects, but so the elemental aspects within our bodies, you can relate them to the chakras as a general rule. So earth is related to our root chakra, which is at the base of the spine. The root chakra is called the Muladhara, and it is the color red, and you can associate the energy of it to like late summer when everything is coming to fruit, right? You've got all the crops coming in and all of it's wonderful. The mantra sound for earth and the root chakra is Lam, and that'll come in handy in a little bit. The air is associated with our heart chakra, which is Anahata. It is in the center of the chest, as we all know. It is the color green, and it's associated with the energy of spring, of new growth, of beginnings, and fertility and all that kind of fun stuff. And its mantra is Yam. Then we have fire, which is associated with our solar plexus, which is in just below the sternum, and it's the big center of our body. I'm like, what's the part of our body that's called? And the solar plexus is known as Manipura, and it's the color yellow and associated with the energy of high summer. Which is everything's in motion, everything is exciting and growing, and heat, fire, high passion stuff. And its mantra is Ram. Not rum, which is yummy. Ram. Ram. Water is associated with our sacral chakra. This is a long word, and I struggled with it for a while. So it's it's known as Svadhisthana. Svadhisthana. It is located in the sacrum, hips, the lower belly, and genitals. And it is the color orange, and it has the energy of winter, which is kind of a resting and regenerating kind of energy. And its mantra is Vam. Then we have the ether or space element, and that is in the throat chakra, and that's Vishuddha. Sorry, I'm always like and it's located in the neck and throat. Its color is blue, and it is representative of all seasons. So we have all encompassing cozy, yeah. And the mantra is Ham. So for this meditation, it just came to me literally like, I don't know, half hour, 45 minutes before before the live tonight, that we would be doing a mantra chant and to help to rebalance. I was just going to do a plain old meditation, but I think we're going to do a meditation and a mantra chant. It's chanting, yes. So let's do the meditation part first, then the chanting, and then I can pull a tarot card for anybody who wants one. So how's that sound? Bloop, bloop, bloop. So Yay! Kasai is ready and excited. Huzzah! So I'm going to start by just doing some gentle stretching of my neck because I've been a little bit stressed out today and I'm feeling good, but you know, I can still sense a little bit of tension. So I kind of feel like doing one of those active breathing prana exercises that I know that's kind of fun, but maybe in another one. All right, we are ready to go. So, okay, take a deep breath. Close your eyes when you're ready. Have your feet flat on the floor. As you breathe in, feel the air going in through your nose all the way down to your belly. And sigh it out. Breathe in. One more time. Okay, just breathe as normal. You feel the room around you. It becomes a very comfortable temperature. It feels like you're floating in water. The chair or seat beneath you dissolves, and you're floating in a warm ocean. You can taste the salt on your lips. You're weightless. You have an infinite sky above you and an infinite deep blue below you. And you hover between the worlds. As you're floating, you begin to feel drawn under the sea. It feels very safe. You have no problem breathing. It's like you're a mermaid or a sea creature or just yourself who can breathe underwater. You start to dive down. There's all manner of sea creatures around you. It's a very dark sea because all the light is far above. As you swim, you feel the tickle of seaweeds and tiny fish that are very curious about you. Your favorite sea creature, the one that comes to you when you call, is coming your way. When it arrives, it knows that you need to know the depths a little bit better. So you grab onto it and follow it, knowing that you are guarded and guided and protected by this loving being. You can follow it with perfect love and perfect trust. It goes deep into the water until you find some caves. You easily enter the cave opening. Within the cave, you see volcanic vents and strange sea creatures that are excited of your presence. As you go deeper into the cave, you feel like you're rising up just a little bit, and your sea creature friend guides you to a inward open cave above water. There's a pocket of air, and you crawl out onto a sandy beach within the cave. The cave is vast, and it smells of brine. And there's this feeling of being in another world because you're so far under the earth, but yet you're breathing the free and clear air. On the beach, there is sort of like a merman. He sits on a throne, and he beckons you forward. He's very tall, very broad and muscular. And he asks you, what is your deepest desire? You speak aloud your deepest desire. It bubbles up from the deepest parts of you, whether you knew what it was or not. And as you speak it out loud, you can see it move through the energy of your voice, moves through the rock above you, and you sense it forms a bubble in the water above the cave, and it floats effortlessly to the surface of the ocean. And as the bubble pops, the energy continues to rise. The merman nods, and he takes and squeezes a kind of bluish green seaweed between his fingers. And from the juices, he places his thumb at your third eye in anointment. You feel the energy course through your third eye and radiate throughout your body. He says, "So it is. You may go." So you turn and you see that just below the surface, your favorite sea creature is waiting for you. You wade back into the water and you grab hold of them, and they guide you safely and securely out of that cave. But you also know that if you ever want to return to the cave, all you have to do is call for your guardian and guide, and they will gladly take you there again, or to any other that they are able. You start your ascent back to the surface. And as you get close, you see that the place where your declaration of your greatest desire has created a pillar of light high into the heavens. You swim over to that light now. As you reach that light, you feel yourself being drawn up into it, lifted out of the ocean, rising higher and higher into the sky, flying now, lifting up effortlessly, safely, in a warm embrace of that light. You are lifted on your own desires. You are flying higher and higher into the universe. You reach a realm that is surrounded in light. You see other beings that you recognize energetically as ascended masters. You have ascended to the upper realms. As you stand there, you set your intention to find the guide, the guardian, who will help you to bring your greatest desire back to earth. A being steps out of the crowd and comes forward, drawing you aside. Being gazes deep within you, and you feel an energetic transfer of power as white light fills you. Every part of your soul and your cells overflowing with this loving, guiding light. This guide comes very close to you and looks deeply into your eyes and asks, "What is your greatest desire?" And as you speak it aloud, the words you form rush downward back through that same pillar of light. The light now, beautiful mixing of earth colors, blue, green, red, yellow, purple, orange. It's flowing from you, through you, and back into the earth. Your guide then nods and presses their thumb to your forehead. And so it is. You may go. Of your own volition, of your own power, you now lower yourself, floating down on your own pillar of light. Somewhat dancing, if you might, or just enjoying the view from high above as you slowly lower yourself. And as you lower yourself, you find that your light has landed within a circle of stones. And as you grow closer to the earth, the energy that you possess is flowing outward into the stones, and the stones are beginning to glow. They're pulsing to the beat of your heartbeat. And as you land in the center of the stones, you see there is yet a third being. This being lays you on a stone slab. Your light vibrating through the earth itself, the stones glowing ever brighter. This third being asks you one more time, what is your deepest desire? As you speak it out loud, your voice rings throughout the Stonehenge. The energy and the light disperses and absorbs into the earth, and you see a forest of growth around you. Everything popping up. Flowers, bushes, trees, animals. Through your desire, a whole world has been birthed. This is your creation. This is your home. This is your manifestation of your greatest desire. It lives here now. You rise from the stone, and the third being looks at you, nods, then places their thumb at your third eye and says, so it is. Go forth. This now is your sacred garden. This is the place where you create all of your miracles. You alone have the key. To arrive here, you simply will it. And you can call on your guardians and guides for power and protection and guidance. Take a moment to take in the breathtaking beauty that is your sacred garden. Breathe it in. Take note of the types of plants and animals that show themselves to you. With gratitude, let them all know that you will be back. But now you must return. And as you turn, you start just floating again. The warm water lapping at your cheeks. A gentle wave lifts your upper body into a sitting position. And you start to feel the solid seat beneath your bum. Take a deep breath. And you start to feel the solid world around you. Three, you start to wiggle your fingers and toes. 2, roll your shoulder blades. Start to feel yourself very present here and now. And 1, take one more deep breath, and when you're ready, open your eyes. While you're all coming back to me, please do come back to me. I'm going to write the mantra in the chat because we're going to do a short mantra chant to make sure that we're realigned and we're all back. Why did we have to come back? I know. Trust me, you can go back whenever you want. If you want to do a meditation after we get off the call, you can go right there. Oh, thank you so much, Bree. Thank you so much. I love your meditation. You need to do something. I was thinking about that. I think I need to create a Sacred Nutrition YouTube channel. I think I do. I really do. Let's see. So, lamb, yam, ram, bam, ham, home. There we go. So that was a pretty intense meditation, I think, because I was not really here. I'm surprised I was able to talk. But that's, priestess energy right there. So, thank you, Bree. So this will help us make sure that we are realigned. This was, we went into the underworld and we went up to the upper world. That was actually not what I intended, but that's where Spirit wanted us to go. So there you have it. Do you have any questions, or did you want to share anything about what you just experienced with the meditation? I'm waiting for that delay. I usually start talking again and then the comments will come in. It's really long delay. I don't like it. I'm gonna have to figure that out, that technical part. It'll probably be better if I started streaming it through OBS or something. I'm thinking it would be better doing it that way. Okay, so no questions, no comments. If I get started and you guys want to say something, I will stop. Oh, all I have to say is that you are the bomb, like we mentioned earlier. Thank you so much, you guys. I love you. Okay, so this next part is just going to be a little short mantra chant. This is, I'm interested in my guides and what they mean. We can talk about that too, either in a live or you and I can talk about it on our own. That part. Either way. Yeah, our guardians and guides are, I mean, one of the best things I ever studied was shamanism. It really opened my world. So, anyway, so we're going on the almost hour mark. So I'll go ahead and get started with the chanting. It's just going to be a, maybe we'll do 13 rounds of the chant. Okay, cool, Kasai. Maybe we can do a class on it. On connecting with our spirit guides and working in our sacred garden. I can do that. Yeah, that'd be really cool. And yeah, there's actually a book by my teacher who it's just a little tiny book, but it's Journey to the Sacred Garden by Hank Wesselman. And I can link that in the comments after, for the replay and stuff. So what we're going to do next is we're just going to do this little chant, and in essence I'll say it 1 or 2 times first, and then we'll go into and we'll repeat it 13 times. Or maybe, no, what we're going to do is we're going to go Tesla, and we're going to chant it 3 times, then a pause, then 6 times, then a pause, then 9 times, and then we'll be done, because that's super powerful. And we can go into the 369 thing another time. So in essence, it's just like this. Om lam yam ram vam ham om. And try to feel it in your chest as you're chanting it, especially the om part. But it's Om lam yam ram vam ham om. So, oh, that feels so good. Oh my god. Okay. All right. So we're gonna do it 3 times. Then we're gonna pause for a deep breath and exhale, and then we're gonna do it 6 times, and then a deep breath and exhale, and then 9 times, and then we'll take a deep breath, exhale, and bliss out. So that's my plan anyway. All right. Here we go. And if you want to use your little mantra hands or whatever, I'm not, particular, but it feels good sometimes. All right, here we go. Deep breath first. Deep breath in. Om lam yam ram vam ham om. Om lam yam ram vam ham om. Om lam yam ram vam ham om. Deep breath in and out. And again. Om lam yam ram vam hum. 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 Deep breath. I hope I didn't lose count on that one. I was kind of like feeling it. And back to it. Om lam yam ram vam hum. 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 Om lam ram yam vam hum. Om lam yam ram vam hum. Om lam yam ram vam hum. And deep breath. And blow it out. Deep breath in again. And let it out. And one last one. And let it out. You can see that it's easy to be imperfect, but let's just go with perfect imperfection. So, because I was feeling it, man. It's hard to chant sometimes. So that practice, actually, that was again something that I just decided to do. Good, you were feeling it too. That was just something I decided to do tonight. It's like I intellectually planned out tonight, and then as I'm sitting down, meditating, preparing for tonight, Spirit was like, let's do this. We're gonna do this instead. I'm like, okay, let me take notes. So I hope you guys are okay that it went an hour tonight. Yeah, it went a lot longer than I was thinking it was going to go. I thought maybe 45 minutes, but here we are. So did you guys have anything you wanted to say, ask before I close out with all the love and gratitude for you guys? I'm so thankful you guys were here. So the essence of that is worth every minute. I'm so happy to hear you say that. Thank you, Kasai. Yeah, so if you're starting to feel like your energies are out of alignment and you have a moment, even if you just say that mantra in your head, it really does help to like realign those energies within your body. And it's the kind of thing where, like, if you have monkey mind, you don't have to worry about visualization. The words will do it for you, right? So I am so thankful for you guys being here tonight. I'm really glad. Spirit was definitely flowing. So thank you, Bree. Thank you. Um, so I guess that's it. And the hardest part of every live is saying goodbye, but it's only until next time. Or in the case of you guys, probably like later. I love you guys. Thank you so much. And if anyone, I should have said this earlier, but if anyone is watching on the replay, please put in hashtag replay because I love to find out if people are watching these after the fact. So thank you, Bree. Thank you. So you guys have a wonderful night. Be blessed. And I will talk to you again next time, my lovelies. Bye. I love you both more because I says I love you. Good night.